What is going on, everyone? DSP here with an impromptu vlog. I actually wasn't planning on making any vlogging or anything today, but due to the developments in regards to the change to the terms of streaming Persona 5, I wanted to make this update video, not only if you're a fan of my Persona 5 playthrough and are curious if this means I'm going to be continuing it and you want some info on that, but also if you're not a fan of Persona 5 and you're like, well, wait a minute, now that he can stream it, is that now going to affect his ongoing playthroughs and stuff going on right now? So what I'm going to do is talk a little bit about the changes that happened today per Atlus. I'm going to explain how that's going to affect my schedule. All right, so everyone, will get the info that they're looking for. So first off, if you're not aware, I was playing Persona 5 starting in early April from the day it released, April 4th, all the way up through April 21st. I believe it was April 21st, almost a week ago. And I had to stop then because I had reached the in-game date of 7/7. Now, why did I have to stop streaming and recording Persona 5 at 7/7, July 7th? Well, it was because Atlus, the day before, actually I take it back, I think it was 2 days before, the game has actually been released in North America, released this big statement on their Atlus USA blog post. And the statement basically said, we will not allow you to live stream or record and broadcast or upload videos of a Let's Play of Persona 5 past the 7/7 in-game date. We feel that that would lend to spoilers, and we don't want the whole plot of our game spoiled, therefore do not do it, or else you may be subject to things such as stream takedown notices or DMCA copyright, claims. It said that right in the post on their blog. So, of course, no one knowing actually when the 7/7 in-game date's going to be or whatever, everyone started playing the game. Come to find out, the 7/7 in-game date is only about a third into the game. For a game that's supposed to be as upwards of 120 hours long if you do all of the content in it, only letting people stream and or do a Let's Play of the game up to the first 40 hours or third of the game is kind of ridiculous and incredibly restrictive. And a lot of people had a lot to say about that. Both YouTubers and Twitch streamers, big and small, all came out together collectively and kind of said, we disagree with this practice. Streaming and doing Let's Plays on YouTube of video games is free advertisement. It should be protected under fair use. It just hasn't gone to court yet, so no one can actually argue yet whether or not it is because it has not been hashed out in court. But a lot of lawyers have said it could be a gray area, but it may be protected under fair use as a transformative work. Therefore, unless Atlus was going to take people to court, it's kind of ridiculous for them to have these restrictions. So a lot of people went ahead and during the month of April actually went past that 7/7 in-game date. Well, guess what? A lot of people did, but a very small few actually did get punished. There was I don't want to say one or two, but a few streamers at least actually got permanently, or not permanently, that was completely wrong. Temporarily, very short-term suspended from streaming on Twitch for like a day because they were found streaming past that certain date. On YouTube, there hasn't been widespread DMCA takedowns or whatever, but there were reports that some people had their videos either blocked or claimed or taken down via Atlus because it went past that in-game date, all right? So for me, I was playing at my own pace over the course of April, and it actually took me until April 21st to get to that 7/7 date, at which point I said, I have to suspend my playthrough. There's no way I can continue. This is my livelihood, my life's blood. It's not like, oh no, if I can't stream or make YouTube videos for a couple of days, it's no big deal. No, I need to be making money every day to pay my bills. So for me, it's a huge deal if something negative happens like that. So I said, I will not go past the in-game date, regardless of the fact that there are other people who haven't gotten away with it. I'm not going to take that chance, in particular, because I know that with the amount of people who have a bug up their ass about me, despite the fact that I've never even met them and don't even know who the fuck these people are, they've been spamming Atlus's social media accounts every day I played Persona, saying, Phil's playing Persona, you should take him down. He spoiled the game for me. You should take him down. Now, luckily, Atlus didn't give a shit and they ignored it and didn't do anything about it. But I said, you know what, of me being the one person who I know this will happen, people will spam the shit out of them. If I go past that in-game date, I may get punished. I'm not going to do it. I can't chance it. And the truth of the matter is, there's been new stuff for me to do. I had to finish up playing ukulele. This week I've been playing Outlast 2. Now I'm playing this other new game, What Remains of Edith Finch. And then this Friday is a new game, Little Nightmares, that I was looking forward to playing. Next week we've got a ton of new stuff. A Neo DLC, the new game called Prey. I got my Worst Games Ever marathon this Sunday. So you see what I mean? I had tons of stuff lined up anyway. It didn't matter to me that I couldn't play Persona. It was disappointing because I love Persona 5. It's one of my picks for Game of the Year so far this year, and I certainly want to keep playing it and finish it, but it wasn't like the end of the world for me that I couldn't continue on with the playthrough, all right? So that was 5 days ago. Today, ladies and gentlemen, Atlus released a second post on their USA blog. I'd like to read this to you so you know what's going on. All right, here it is. I'm going to read it word for word, and then I'm going to give you my feelings and interpretation on this updated blog post. Here we go. An update on Persona 5 and streaming. When Persona 5 launched, we put out a set video... excuse me, I already screwed up. When Persona 5 launched, we put out a set of video streaming guidelines that we hoped would limit online spoilers for fans who have yet to play the game. To our surprise, we then saw numerous reactive news articles go up, opinion videos post, and received many emails asking us to please change our Persona 5 streaming and video policy. We recognize that our fans are the reason why this game is the major worldwide success that it is, and we continue to want them to be able to enjoy the game without fear of being spoiled. However, we also heard your issues with the guidelines and have decided to revise them. Because we want to give players the most access to the game while respecting the original goal, we're now asking players to refrain from streaming or posting videos past the end of the in-game date of 11/19, or that is November 19th, when the main story actually gears up for the final act. We also want to apologize to those of you who saw the previous guidelines blog post as threatening. We want to be transparent about what we do, and the reason we released the guidelines was to give streamers the right information up front. It was never our intention to threaten people with copyright strikes, but we clearly chose the wrong tone for how to communicate this. Lastly, we want to thank our fans around the world for supporting Persona 5 and Atlus. The game is a global success because of your passion for the series, and we're happy that so many of you are enjoying it. End post, okay? So in a nutshell, the one big update in regards to Persona 5 is that anyone now can live stream or continue on with a Let's Play of this game all the way up to the November 19th in-game date. So, July, August, September, October, November. 4 entire in-game months. Now, I've spoken to some people who've already beaten the game, and they say, well, November 19th, yeah, that basically starts the end game, and the end game's like the last quarter of the game. So essentially what Atlus is now saying is you can do a Let's Play and stream of Persona 5 all the way up the first 3 quarters of the game, but they don't want you going past that date, okay? So I have a few things to say in response to this. Because I've got to admit, whoever is posting these blogs has some fucking balls. And I'm going to explain to you why right now, all right? First of all, it's good news. I mean, it sucked that we had to stop to begin with. It's absolutely ridiculous that you buy a game and you're being told you cannot broadcast it after the game's out. I've already talked till I was blue in the face about this issue, but I'll mention it one more time. Persona 5 has been out since September in Japan. The game has been publicly known what the plot is for the better part of 6 to 8 months. Everyone's known what the fucking game is for that long. You can go to Wikipedia right now and you can find the entire plot of the game. You can go to YouTube right now and then find an entire Japanese language playthrough of the game. The game has been fully public for a long time. So that any kind of stupid requirements or restrictions on streaming or Let's Plays, because it's in English, makes no sense whatsoever. There's not one single piece of logic there. If someone wants to see a Let's Play of the game, they can already see it, or they could just read the plot synopsis somewhere else. Doing another Let's Play just because I'm doing a Let's Play doesn't mean that I'm spoiling anything. You can't spoil something that's already been spoiled for months. That's like saying, you spoiled the plot of this movie that came out last fall. What? Like, everyone is going to know the plot if they wanted to know it by now. That's preposterous. You had to actively go out of your way to find out the plot of the game. If people didn't want to know it, no one's going to run up to them and say, oh, by the way, here's the final title or final twist of the game. You know what I mean? It's so stupid. It doesn't make any sense. And I already talked about this. It's basically upper management of Atlus Japan not understanding internet culture, not understanding Let's Play or streaming culture, having no idea what it's about, and basically just leaving out these edicts because they're stupid. They're not street smart. They don't understand the application and the culture or anything. They're not in line with it. To have any restriction on a stream like that after the release of the game is completely asinine and just proves that you're stupid. It's just that simple. The upper management of Atlus Japan is fucking stupid. There's no way around it. There's no other explanation, okay? Now, again, it's good news. Now I can play, if I want to play Persona 5, I can continue my playthrough from, where I am, 7/7, all the way up to November 19th. But then, wait a minute, I can't continue after November 19th. Now let's talk a little bit about this. The last quarter of the game, the last 25% is still off limits per Atlus. And this is why I have to say the person who posted this on the Atlus blog has balls, because they literally, within one sentence, completely did a 180 and basically proved that the statements that they're saying is a complete bullshit. All right? So in the second paragraph of this blog post, it says, I'm going to read it word for word again for you. Ready? Here we go. Because we want to give players the most access to the game while respecting the original goal, we're now asking players to refrain from streaming or posting video past the end of the in-game date of 11/19. Okay? But then, in the very next paragraph, we want to apologize to those of you who saw the previous guidelines as threatening. We want to be transparent about what we do, and the reason we released the guidelines was to give streamers the right information up front. It was never our intention to threaten people with copyright strikes, but we clearly chose the wrong tone for how to communicate this. So, in one paragraph, you're saying you're sorry that you threatened people with copyright strikes and that you took down streams and struck people with copyright strikes, because they did. There's concrete proof. People were taken down on Twitch and YouTube because they put out these streams and videos, so it happened. But it was never their intention to issue copyright strikes. It wasn't your intention, yet you did it. What? What the hell? And then, and that's the best part, is that the paragraph before, they said, we're not lifting the restrictions, right? The ideal state here would have been if Atlus came out and just blatantly said, ladies and gentlemen, we realized we were wrong. We've seen this massive backlash on the internet, and in order to stay in line with our fan base and our big customer base, we are removing all restrictions. Feel free to just play the game to the end and enjoy it, and everyone have fun. Persona 5 is an awesome game. Hope you enjoy it. That would have been the ideal state, and everyone would have said, wow, that's a mea culpa right there. They realized how bad they did, and they're now, they're making up for it. Good on them. But they didn't. Instead, they said, well, we admit we were wrong. We're sorry if you found what we said as threatening, and we were really sorry because we didn't intend to threaten you with copyright strikes, but they did, and they did issue copyright strikes, and they did take down streams, so they're literally talking out of the side of their mouth completely bullshit. And then they say, oh, by the way, we're not really removing the requirements anyway. There's just later requirements. Now you can play till 11/19. But we're still telling you, refrain from going past that date. We're just saying. So now they're not going to threaten you with the copyright strikes anymore. We're going to say, we're just saying, you better watch out because we're watching you. You better not go past that date and spoil the game or we're coming for you. Oh, but we didn't say that. We don't want to sound threatening. So we're not going to issue any copyright strikes, but don't be surprised if you get some. Like, what? This blog post is so just like fucking, what's the word? Two-faced. That's the word I'm looking for. It's two-faced. We want to be the good guy and pretend like we're doing something positive for you, but at the same time, we still didn't actually make up for it, and we're actually not even really taking responsibility for the fact that we did strike you with copyright strikes or took down your streams. We're now saying we don't want to be threatening, but then you threaten in the same fucking post. Don't go past 11/19. That's a threat. That's a direct threat. You can't say we don't want to threaten you and then threaten you in the same fucking page. It seriously just blows my mind. This is how game companies handle issues like this. Like, it's a no-brainer. Your game's already on the internet everywhere. The plot's just say, okay, just play the game till the end and enjoy it. We apologize. Have fun. Would have solved it, and everyone would have been super happy. But no, instead they have to do this half-assed, two-faced post that kind of still screws people over because they want to finish the effing game, Now, for me, allow me to explain how this is going to affect me and my streaming schedule and all of that. Because immediately when this happened today, people were spamming my stream chat and posting it up on my Twitter. Phil, does this mean you're playing it again? When are you playing it again? What's going on? What's this? What's that? All right, here's the deal. Let's talk. I already have a schedule laid out. All right? I already do. And it would not be fair to those who watch things like the weekend preview or who listen to my pre-streams every day or who look at my Twitter schedule for me to say, oh, well, Persona 5's back on the table, so screw everything else, throw it away, back to Persona 5. No. Sorry. I mean, I love Persona 5, but that's not fair. That's not fair to me because I want to play these other games I announced, and that's not fair to people who are looking forward to those playthroughs. So as of right now, the games that I already announced, including What Remains of Edith, God, I keep forgetting her last name. I still can't remember her last name. It starts with an F. But that game that I started today on stream, first of all, oh my god, that game is wild. Dude, I played it for 40 minutes, and everyone in the stream and we were laughing hysterically. We couldn't control ourselves. The game's fucking crazy, zany. Like, one of the weirdest things I've ever done. And it's so different, and it's fun. And I can't wait to play more of it. I've actually heard the game's super short, though. So I'm just a little disappointed because it's going to end up ending tomorrow on stream, all right? That, I'm finishing it. I'm definitely finishing it. This Friday, Little Nightmares, I'm definitely playing it, and I'm going to see if it's any good. I've already announced these games. I'm not changing my schedule up completely because Atlus decided to concede and let me, oh god, give me permission to stream a little bit more of their game that I already paid for. No. Well, the way it's going to work is that Persona 5 will now be the game that I play whenever I have a day where there's nothing going on in the realm of a new release. So allow me to explain. Tomorrow, I'm playing What Remains of Edith, whatever. I still can't remember her last name. If I finish that early, which it looks like I will, because people are saying the game's only about an hour and a half to 2 hours long, and I've already played 40 minutes of it, okay, then after that, I'll reset the stream or whatever, and we'll go to Persona. We'll play Persona 5 for a while tomorrow on stream, all right? This Friday and Saturday, I'm still playing Little Nightmares. This Sunday is my Worst Games Ever marathon. Monday, I've got off, and Tuesday is the Neo DLC. So it looks like I'm booked for the next several days. But let's say I finish the Neo DLC within 1 to 2 sessions, and that leaves me with an open session, say, on Thursday of next week. Then that stream will be Persona 5. See what I'm saying? Then Prey comes out that Friday, so that's busy time. But then maybe when I finish up with Prey, if there's nothing else going on, I'll throw Persona 5 back on stream and into the mix, and maybe alternate it with other things that are going on, okay? That's, I think, the way to approach this. That way the Persona 5 playthrough is never on permanent hiatus where it gets super stale because I never have a chance to play it, and it's the perfect thing to fill in between other gameplay streams when there's downtime. In particular, it looks like that second week of May, there may actually been some big downtime where I'll maybe playing Persona 5 a lot, but we'll see, okay? Now, in particular, what about Danganronpa? Because now, I said in April, sorry, Danganronpa's going on hold because there's no way that I could be playing 2 Japanese-centric games at the same time. It would be overloaded. It would cut into its own viewer base. No one would be able to keep up on the videos. Plus, that would isolate a bunch of people who don't like that kind of video or that kind of game, and they would go away and never come back, right? Here's the deal with Danganronpa. I need to finish it in May. Like, I've committed that I need to finish this playthrough because right now, the current goal for this month on Patreon, my Patreon, is a Patron's Choice playthrough. So I need to finish Danganronpa in May so that come June, July, I can start up this new Patron's Choice playthrough. Danganronpa will complete in May no matter what. The way I'm planning on doing it is this. I'm going to have a main gameplay stream every single day, okay? And what I'm going to try to do is balance that with offline stuff at night. So one big stream every day, 4 hours of gameplay. At night, maybe I'm doing a game review. Maybe I'm doing a video like this, right? Maybe I'm filming a vlog, an unboxing, or something like that. Or, if there's nothing going on to do at night, then I will play some Danganronpa until I beat the game. So it's not going to be every night. In particular, just to give you some perspective, tonight is Wednesday, April 26th. Right after I finish this vlog, I'm playing The Walking Dead Season 3, Episode 4. That's my night tonight. Tomorrow, I'm putting out my review of Outlast 2. That's my night tomorrow. Get it? So it's not going to happen anytime soon. In fact, this Friday night, I've got personal stuff, bills to pay. I got to get my car washed. I got a lot of personal shit to do. But within the next week or so, there's only going to be about like one new game coming out a week. And therefore, because there will only be one new game going on at a time, that new game will be my gameplay stream for the day. And then at night, I'll start doing some Danganronpa. So probably, I would say, that first week of May, you probably want to count on Danganronpa resuming and then probably finishing within a few weeks of that, okay? It'll be that game that every couple days or every other day I'm playing offline at night, okay? So Danganronpa, even though I may still be playing Persona 5, I'm going to continue with Danganronpa as the offline playthrough. Understand, Danganronpa doesn't get streamed, so therefore it doesn't really interfere with anything that I'm live streaming, okay? It's new games are basically getting live streamed, while narrative-based tales are going to be kind of recorded offline like I've been doing. So, that's the deal. So, to recap, I'll give you a rough idea of the schedule for the next couple of weeks, because now that Persona 5 is back on the docket, I know a lot of people want to see it. Tonight, The Walking Dead, Season 3, Episode 4. Tomorrow, streaming the conclusion of What Remains of Edith, whatever. I still can't remember. Finch, isn't it? Finch. What Remains of Edith Finch. That concludes on stream tomorrow. And then immediately following that, I'm going to be doing Persona 5 on stream. Tomorrow night, I'll be doing my Outlast 2 review. Friday will be the premiere of Little Nightmares on stream. Friday night, I got personal stuff to do, so I won't be doing anything. Saturday, Little Nightmares again on stream. Saturday night, I'll be doing the Week in Preview and a few other offline things, so that's going to be a little early, I know, this week with the Week in Preview. The reason being because Sunday is my marathon, the Worst Games Ever marathon, which is going to be, boom. Wow, I should have had the name of the game in my head before I said boom. Ride to Hell Retribution, Revolution 60, and Scarface. So we're playing those 3 games all day Sunday. That's going to be an amazing stream. Monday, I'm off. Monday, I got personal stuff to do. Tuesday, I'm back with the Neo DLC, balanced with, at night, yes, it's probably going to be the return of Danganronpa come Tuesday night. That's what I'm thinking, all right? And then we'll probably do the Neo DLC again on Wednesday. Again, we'll see what's at night. Maybe at that point, I'll want to maybe do more Little Nightmares if I haven't beaten it yet, because I don't know how long Little Nightmares is going to be. You know, we'll play it by ear, but more than likely next week you're going to see Danganronpa return and the possibility of more Persona 5. And then once we start getting into the slower times of May, like that second week of May is really slow, not a lot going on, then you're going to see more Persona 5 Danganronpa get kind of brought back into the schedule with the hopes that, you know, Danganronpa will conclude by the end of the month. Persona 5, there's no way it's going to conclude anytime soon, because 4 more in-game months is probably going to last me another 40-plus gameplay hours. So you're talking like 10 sessions, right? Before I even talk about getting to the point where I'm at November 19th and I can't progress any further. So that's the deal. And then fingers crossed, let's hope that Atlus, you know, by the summer, when probably will be when I hit that November date, finally wises the fuck up and says, just do whatever, just finish the game, and people could just finish the game, because this is so dumb. I've never read a more two-faced fucking post. We didn't want to come off as threatening. We apologize for that. It wasn't our intention to do copyright strikes, yet we did, and we took down streams, and by the way, don't you dare go past this date, or else it'll happen again. Then you did intend to be threatening. You're threatening me right now. Someone has a gun in your face. I'm not intending to be threatening, but I'm just saying, do what I say. What? Like, how stupid do you think we are? Honestly, do you really think your customer base is dumb? Because that's what that post tells me. You think I'm stupid and I can't read and I don't have reading comprehension, that in one paragraph you threaten me and the next paragraph you apologize for threatening me. I swear to God, the gaming industry is still the Wild West. Any other industry, if someone did something like this, they'd be made a laughing stock of. They'd be fucking hung by their balls out to dry. People would be fired because you say you completely destroyed us and we lost face. You know, look about what's going on right now with airlines. Are you aware of how bad airlines are right now because of one customer that got mistreated on an airline really badly? All airlines are taking a hit. All their stocks are plummeting and they're all doing terrible. All these stories are coming out about terrible service at airlines. That's one industry. Video games, this shit happens. Everyone's like, meh. Like, oh, it's a game. That's for kids, right? It's not a big deal. That's what gets me. It's like, it's still with the fact that fucking multi-billion-dollar industry, the biggest entertainment industry in the world, and it's still treated like a joke because, oh, games are for kids, right? So it's not serious. No one cares. Okay, so go ahead. You write those two-faced posts, Atlus, and I'll call you out every time and make you look stupid because I can't believe how dumb you think we are that we're going to take it like a threat. Oh, we're not threatening you. We're sorry. Well, here's the threat right above. 2 lines above. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching the vlog. Hope you found it informative. Persona 5 resuming shortly tomorrow. And, you know, Danganronpa will be coming back soon as well. So it is good news. Thank you for those who were patient. Sorry that everything had to go on hold to begin with, but we'll get back on track shortly. All right, everyone. Thank you for watching. Peace out. See you later. I'm going to jump right into The Walking Dead right after I upload this video, so I'm excited. So hope you'll check that out as well. See ya.